Well, guys, we're back here once again. And let me just why does every intro have to get fucked up? Okay, let me try to redo that. Okay, well, we're back here again, same day in the same span of an hour as if I'm recording this. The latest coming back video was released 35 minutes ago. And this isn't a gaming one. The gaming didn't go that good last time. But I'm going to be I'm gonna be showing you guys how to learn. Oh my god, I am so bad at playing this. I have not written the script. I'm gonna show you how to program. Yeah. You might think it's cool programming. I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty boring. But the thing is, when you achieve something that you've never done and you didn't think you would do, like making a print statement in Python, you're gonna be so happy. You're probably like, there's no way I'm gonna be that happy. It's just a line of code which does something. I don't care. You do care, because if you actually love programming, you get so many errors you don't know how to do, but you learn it. You finally do it, even if it's with a tutorial or not. You're gonna be happy. And a lot of you guys who want to learn programming see these things that, when programs don't sleep, blah blah blah. Programs do sleep. Like, it's all just memes. Chill out. Anyway, you're new. You want to learn how to program. It looks cool. You can make games. You can make Roblox games. That's games. You can make anything, basically. Well, I'm going to show you. And you might want to know where we're going to start off. We're going to start off by... I already have all this, but you want to go onto your browser and just search up Visual Studio Code and download the current version, community version. So let's say it's 2023. I think they haven't made it 2023, so you would go into Visual Studio and you on the web page then, and you would go to the download page and you would download Visual Studio Code 2022 community, I think it is. Go through and just download it. Once you're done, let that sit for the side. Make a folder, name it like programs or stuff. Go into here. And here you can see it. We're gonna be working on Python today. So just make a folder named Python and a folder with your project name. But obviously I'm not making a real project, so I can just put it in here. And once you're in that project folder, you want to press here and you want to copy that address. You want to go into Visual Studio Code. You're gonna press File, Open Folder. We're gonna go to there and we're gonna press Select Folder. We now want to press Trust the Authors, and yeah. So now we're inside of the folder. Here's the Explorer, you can see the folder. Here's the tabs, here's the Run button, but we're actually not going to use that. We're going to use the actual Run command. And so to actually run a Python file and to create a working Python file, you need Python. So just search up Python, download on your browser, go there, download the latest. And here's the thing that a lot of people miss, which can destroy your whole situation when it comes to programming. When you're inside of the installer installing Python, check everywhere, like look at it, because you want to make sure that you tick the box that says add pip to path or add Python to path. You want to tick that one, because if you don't, then it won't work the way you want it to and the way we're going to work with it. Okay. Now that you've done all this and you've created your folders, opened Visual Studio, created your project, we're going to go hover over it, because this is the folder we're in, and we're going to press this one, which means create file, and we're going to name it. So I'm just going to name this one test file and then .py for Python. We're now ready to code. I actually usually get a recommendation box down here. I won't get it because I already have it installed, where you can actually install a recommended one for coding Python. Do that, because then if I, for example, type im, it will see import, and I can just do that. So now we're ready. Let's start up with the basics. A print statement. A print statement basically does what it does. It makes the file say hi. So let's do that. print for print. We're gonna put in these parentheses and these quotes, double quotes, or just a single quote. It won't matter, so I'm just gonna do double. And in here we can type anything that we want. Now I'm just gonna run it up here for the sake of not having to spend so much time, but a recommendation is going back here, copying this file path, going into command prompt, typing cd, paste it in, and then run py test file, or whatever you named your file, .py. That would be recommended. You can see here Skolix is the best YouTuber. Actually, I'm gonna do it this way, it's easier. It's there. Now what we're gonna do is we basically have a print statement. So let's put the print statement down here. Hi. Let's say that you want to print something, but you want to make it look cool. You don't just want to do print hi blue. That's boring. So what you can do is you can actually go up here and create something called a variable. Variables basically like it's a name which you can use anywhere. So for example, if you put it out here and not inside of a function, it will be a global variable. And so if you make a global variable, it basically means you can use it anywhere. And this a variable is basically a name, or whatever you want to name it. Let's say var, standing for variable. I can make a variable which is named var, and var will basically be the value of something. So let's say, for example, you have 1000 USD. You don't want to say, oh, 1000 USD. You can make a variable. You can call it's like giving it a nickname. So you can call 1000 USD underscore 1. Now instead of typing 1000 USD, you can just type USD underscore 1. That's basically what the variable is. It's like a nickname for a thing. So you can type that nickname when you make the variable instead of the whole thing. So we type in here color. Then we can type in here, and we can type in blue. So now instead of just typing blue here, what you can do is we can add a bit of fun to it and make these parentheses and type in either this is 1, which we can do this way by typing an F in front of this string, typing squiggly brackets, and then the name of the variable inside. This is one way you can do it, which will basically do py file name dot py. I can actually copy this. Okay, never mind. Oh wait, is it test file? Oh yeah, it's test file, sorry. Py test file dot py. And I will type hi blue just like I want. But you might also be like, isn't it a bit wasteful to do this instead of typing blue? But it also kind of depends on the string length or the number length. But one other way you can do it is you can remove this and you can make a space here and type a plus and then color. And this is also one way you can do it. So if I do it now, py test file dot py, please let me copy. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this real fast. If you do this instead, it will still do it. So there's some ways you can do it. I feel like we can leave that for now, and we're gonna go into a bit more of functions. A function is basically just creating a large amount of code, but you can run all this large amount of code by just typing the function's name. So I'm gonna give you an idea. Here's without a function. Let's make it without a function. So if I can just do that. Let's make no function right here. This is without function. Var equals, oh my god, bro, English keyboard. Var equals 1. Var 2 equals 2. If var 2 is larger than var 1, then this one's just named var, then print var 2 for the win with the value of var 2. Let me just, so I need to make this a string So if we do that, if we run this now, ignore this, let me just, okay, if we now run it, oh, test file dot py, it will say, oh, I don't know what that went, because I did that anyway. It'll say var2 for the win the value of 2. Yeah, with the value of 2. And if you want this to happen multiple times, you'll have to take this and do that, just like this, multiple times. Kind of annoying, right? So what you can do is make a function, and a function is built up by def, which I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot what def stands for, but it's def and then the function name. So we're gonna name this function var calc, and we're gonna put in these this is not parentheses, it's is it bracket, I don't know what it is, I don't know every symbol, colon, whatever, and do the exact same thing, but I'm gonna do it a bit different. Var equals var1 equals var1 equals 1, var2 equals var1 minus 1 plus 2, var3 equals 5. Now what I'm gonna do is, if var2 is above var1, which we already know it is, then it will print hey. Else if var1 is above var2, print y. I don't know what we had var5 for, never mind. So now we got this. And actually, one thing that's kind of nice is you don't have to use functions. If I were to run this now, pytestfile.py, it won't run anything. But since I'm not calling the function, but if I call the function by typing in its functional name with the thingy-majingy, the parameter thing, and we now update it and we run again, testfile.py, it will now type it or print it, whatever. And instead of having to type this code over and over, you can just type this simple name over and over, and it will do that. Py file name dot, oh my god, I was over the test file dot py. Oh no. Oh, I forgot to update. Never mind, but I thought it was dumb or something. Py test file dot py. It will print all of it at these times. So I'm gonna leave functions right there, and I think we can move into, well, what more could we do here? I've gone over functions, I've gone over print statements, I've gone over variables. I mean, with this we can go over imports if y'all want to. Basically, imports is you can import different types of packages, and that basically means you can download a package with the thing I mentioned earlier. Why you have to have pip at path is this exact reason, because you use the pip command from Python to download stuff. Let's take this for example. If we do here pip install random, you can see, oh my god, Avast is dumb. Sorry guys, I have Avast on, it's kind of stupid. Disable 10 minutes, okay. Let's try this one more time. I don't know where it said that about Python, you dumb. Pip install random. Well, it's because it's a special one, but we can do, because they usually already come as pre-installed, we can do pip install Discord though. And here we can see a require installer satisfies because I already have it downloaded. Otherwise it would take some time and it would install. And to then put this package into here, if we take random, we can type in import random. I actually showed you that you could download it usually gives you a recommendation for, Visual Studio usually gives you a recommendation add-on for what language you're using. And I showed you that if you type IM, import will automatically come up. That's what import does. you can import packages which you've downloaded, so you can take them, put them, and be useful for them. So if we type this here and we just do print random dot rand int 126, let's do here random number equals that, random number string equals string random number random number string. If we let me just remove that. Okay, so actually if we run this now, oh my god, why did CMD close? This isn't going as planned, guys. Oh my god, I'm failing as a YouTuber. Oh no. Okay, go back in here and py test file dot py. We can see that it now prints a 6. Basically, what random does, we don't really have to go over it, but since I chose this specific package, random can do random choices from a list, or choosing a random number from 1 to 6, and str stands for string, and it makes any like number, for example, into string, so you're able to print it or put it in a string statement. Because here's the thing, if you, for example, removed this and you just typed in random number here, it wouldn't be able to print, because this is a number, it's not a string. And a string is basically, we're going over strings and stuff right now. String is basically a line of text. It can also be a chunk. You can, if you actually put in, I think it's like 6 double quotes, and you type, go into the middle of them and you make some spaces and type, you can type in multiple lines. I can show you an example you probably don't understand. Print, if we take this, hey, that works, but we can't do that. But if we go ahead and we go back here and we do one more, we can now do like we can now type in multiple lines. Anyway, that's that. So that's basically what string is. It's text. While int, or integer for long, is a number. These can't be put together. They are separate. So you cannot plus a string with a string. Well, actually you can if you want to put them. You can't plus a string with a number, but you can plus a string with a string and a number with a number. For example, if we take number 4 with number 5, it would make number 9. If we take hey space and put and plus bye, it would be a full string saying hey bye, with a space in between, of course. So that's what. So int, I think this is for turning a like that into a number, and string is for turning well, that into a string. So here we're making this string right here, you see double quotes, into just a number. So this right here in the middle will be that, and this will basically be that, because we're converting them. So basically what we're doing is we're removing the double quotes, and here we're adding double quotes at the end of it. That's basically how just integer and strings differ from each other, what they are, how to use them. As you could see that I showed you before, yeah, right here, that this is a string, this variable is a string, and I plussed it with this, and I had a space here so that we would build a space. There's no space here. And yeah, variables can be anything. They can be true, false, they can be strings, they can be numbers. So if we actually make it, let's make a tiny game. Let's make a fighting game, where you can, let's just make a thing which allows you to punch. So we're gonna just make punching equal false. Oh, okay, sorry. Punching equals false. Bag HP equals 100. Now we're gonna make def. You remember that probably. I'm gonna go over in the end what everything means and how to do it. Def start. We're gonna do. Oh yeah, this is something which I haven't gone over. Input is basically like print, but after it's printed it out, it allows you to give an answer. So you make this function right here a variable, because now this I will be the answer of this. It's kind of confusing, because if I took this wouldn't be an answer to false, this wouldn't be an answer to 100. But I'm gonna go, if you just type in input and you type in a text, what it'll do is it'll print out that text in here just like the print statement, and then allow you to type in your own answer, which can be numbers or a text. But if you type in this I here, you can create an if statement to say let's say if I equals yes, then do this. If I equals no, then do that. I will basically equal the answer of input, and it won't really be a variable. Okay? So if I type in I equals input, and let me do punch. If I now I'm actually gonna do something you might get confused over. I'm gonna tell you what it is, but dot lower equals string dot lower. Oh, this equals string dot lower. What? Basically, print. Wait, let me just do that. Let me just do this one till it's. Let me just finish it. Okay. Okay, let me go over this. I already went over this. So now I'm saying if the answer to the input is yes, well, a Y, then it will print out hit. If the answer is N, it will say, bro, why are you even here? And it will end it by returning. It would end even if I didn't return, but it's just nice typing return. And otherwise, if it's none of them, we'll just say, bro, that's not a valid option. And then we'll run the function to let us get the option to choose again. And you might wonder, what are these lowers? Basically, what I'm doing is, if they type in it's kind of like, if I didn't have these lowers, it would only allow me to type a capital Y or a capital N. But if I add lower, it will take, it's hard to explain. If I type the lower, it will take the answer. So if it's a capital Y or a lowercase y, and it will always make it lower. So even if I type a capital Y, it will make it a lowercase y. If I type a lowercase y, it will still be a lowercase y. Then it will check if this lowercase y or n equals this string. Now I won't just type this, but I'll actually type string.lower to make this string in here lowers too. So basically what I'm saying here, if the answer of this in lowercase version is equal to this in lowercase version, it will print that. So basically, you don't need this, but it allows the player to be able to not have to always type capital Y's, but they can type capital Y's and lowercase y's. Oh wait. Oh, my throat was itching, I'm sorry. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new function. Def punch. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know why my throat is so... Okay, anyway, so now we've hit it. Now what we're gonna do is, I almost type local. I'm used to coding in Roblox's Lua, and don't mind me, okay? I'm gonna do random damage equals random dot randint. Oh yeah, wait, did we import random? No, we removed that. Okay, we're actually gonna add an import, which will be import time and import random. And you won't have to install these; these are pre-installed. Damage 5 to 17, 18, no, 16. Okay. What I'm gonna do is bag HP equals bag HP minus random random print delt string random damage to punching bag. Actually, don't even need time. Okay, so I'm gonna go over a bit more now. You've already seen this. You've already seen this. Now it's a bit new. Here we're not making a variable. As you can see, actually let me add a thing. I was gonna explain it later, but I think it's easier if I just add it right there. Anyway, this isn't a variable. What it's doing is it's taking the first variable that well, actually it is kind of a variable. It's rewriting this variable up here, so it won't be 100 anymore, but it's saying that instead now bag HP is equal to, well, old bag HP, which is 100, but it'll remove the random damage. So if we use a variable bag HP is equal to 100 minus 5 to 16 number. So that could be 95, 80, 74, like anything around that. So we're setting the new variable. And now let me pull up a bit, global bag HP. The reason that we have to do this is because otherwise we can't use this. Because this, as I said before, is global. This is a global variable because it's outside. So we'll need to say, oh, we're going to use this global variable. So if, let's say, you made one named, here just named var, you'd have to type in global var to use it inside of a function. Now we're going to go over to, it basically prints, oh, you dealt, obviously string, because it's a number, so we can't put it inside a string unless we make it a string. So we're converting it to a string. Dealt random damage to the punching bag. And then it will go back to here where it will give us the thing. And now what we could actually do is we can do this. If bag HP equals 0, and then to do an OR you'd want to do those, no, never mind, it is just OR, bag HP is lower than 0, then that, then print U1, bag HP equals 100, start. Yeah, we need to take this, pull it back, and go to the front of the function. Whenever you're calling global variables, always make sure they're at the top, even before the if statements. And now I'm pretty sure this might work. So we're just going to run it, test it, and then I'm going to go through it together with you, and we'll end the video right there. Py test file.py. Punch, yes or no? Yes. Dealt 11 damage to punching bag. Punch, yeah, sure. U1, punch, yeah, and now it resets. If we type no, bro, why are you even here? And it ends. We can do some stuff. Actually, one thing you can do is either, if you want to, you can make a space there to make it look nicer. But you can also make a backslash and an N, and it will go a tab down. I'm going to show you. It's easier to just show you guys. As you can see, it's down here instead of being here. It's down here. So you can type yes down here. If it doesn't even let me, bro. Oh, it's the output. Yeah. I want to run it in the terminal. Py test file.py. So now we can type yes right there. And now it's kind of like that. So it's that's basically how the program works, and I'll go through it. we're importing the package random to be able to choose between a special to be able to choose in between two numbers or the numbers that are in between. Wait, that's already, okay. Let me just say. It basically says, hey, I'm being used in here to choose between two types of numbers. Not between them, but like in between them. Not 1 or 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one? Like that. That's what we're using it for. But it can be used for a lot of other stuff. So that's we're importing that to use it for that. Then we're making two variables. Oh yeah, actually I don't even need this one. I never used it. Anyway, now we're importing one variable, which will be representative of the health of the punching bag. This one we're using to be able to remove health and check whenever we've won when it reaches 0. So that's what we're using it for. It's a global variable. If we hover over, it will say variable literal 100. Now we're making a function. This basically asks a question. So we're asking a question: do you want to punch Y or N? It's gonna check if we answer Y or N. If we answer 1, it's gonna run a new function named punch. If it's an N, it's gonna say, oh bro, why are you even here? And it's gonna end. Otherwise, if we haven't answered Y or N, it's just gonna say, bro, that's not a valid option, and let us start and choose a new option again. Once we've hit Y and it runs the punch function, it will do global bag HP to get the global variable. Then it's gonna check before we do the punch. It's gonna check, hey, have you done the punch before? And if is the bag HP 0 or lower than 0? And if it is, then we'll say, hey, you won. Bag HP is 100 again. Do you want to start over? Otherwise, if it's not 0 or lower than 0, we'll say, hey, yo, I'm going to deal some damage to you. It'll choose a random number and it will deal that. So right here, as I said, it'll choose 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 16, It will rewrite this variable from 100 to be 100 minus this. And it'll print, hey, you dealt that much damage. Choose again. And this one's here just to be able to run this function. Because as I showed before, this function will not run unless it's called. Well, that's basically it, guys. You'll see here, I've been recording for 32 minutes. That's even longer than the last video. So I guess I'm starting to make my videos shorter without editing even. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll respond, don't worry. I made a video about responding to one before and that hasn't changed. If you have a question, if you need help, I will respond, okay? Good luck with your programming. I might make an episode 2 a bit more on harder stuff, if you want that, of course. See ya.